Daven Llanelli, the base for one of the UK's leading transport companies, Owens Road Services. It is one of the driving forces in the haulage and distribution industry since it started over 30 years ago. One of the big characters in the company is Mick, Big Mick.
You can call me anything you like, Mick, mate, I don't mind. As long as you don't call me late for breakfast, because I'll get a bit upset if I miss my breakfast, because me and food's got a good thing going. I'm on a seafood diet. Seafood, gonna eat it.
Mick is a tramper, a long-distance lorry driver who spends his whole week away from home. He begins on a Sunday and will not be back home until Friday afternoon, travelling over 2,400 kilometres. He's on his way to Llanelli to get his directions for the week. The hub of directing these drivers across the length and breadth of the country is traffic. They are a special team of logistical coordinators who know where every single lorry, every single load is at any given time in any given place. They are the eyes and ears of the operation, and they are the ones that direct the drivers on to their destinations. Every person working in traffic has between 30 and 40 lorries under their control at any given time. The office looking after the drivers is admin and is run by the lively Sarah Jenkins.
I am the entertainment crew. Me and my psychic Amanda, and then Eva jumps on board then. So yeah, there's a good gang, and Michelle as well, and Chloe, there's a good couple of us as well. This is where the business office, where they'll come in, you know, we do the MOT in, fuel cards, insurance. So basically anything that goes on comes through myself and Eva with regards to uniforms, safety boots, and if they have an accident, that they'll have a slap, and the whip will be out. So yeah, it's funny on a Friday, mind, when the boys run in and they come in here. What are you bumping your gums about now? Put a camera on her. It should be interesting.
And then you can go back there now.
Big Mick is filling a tank that holds 1,000 litres. Fuel is the biggest issue for any haulage and distribution company, and a new tank has been installed at Daven, which drivers have to use before commencing any journey. Motorway service stations are extremely expensive, and entering wrong mileages by drivers costs the company money. Owens has to try and control this in order to find out exactly how much each mile driven costs the company.
The fuel is one of the biggest issues and one of the biggest costs. At this moment in time, I would be fair to say that our annual spend would be 10 million plus.
And that, in anybody's book, is a lot of money. Big Mick is leaving Llanelli for his first pickup at Bridgend.
Coming up to junction 35 on the M4 just coming off the Bridgend depot there to pick our trailer up for Hargate, Scotland. We'll pick it up, takes a few minutes, pick it up, and then we'll be on our way then. Do another 3.5 hours, and then we'll have a cup of tea somewhere. We'll have 45 minutes break then by law, so we'll be on our merry way then.
The manager of the Bridgend depot is the hard-working, long-suffering, tea-drinking, mustachioed John Evans.
Yes. Alvin. Thank you. What else? What do you know? Oh, straight back to the mill, mate. Give me a shot to the mill. Okay, sure. Hello, Alvin. My official title is Development Manager. In real life, Jack of all trades, master and then. I normally get up about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in work for about 5, and I go home when the job is finished. An early night is 7, a late night it's 10, half past whatever. and I've done 7 days a week since I've been 20. Unfortunately. John Owens.
Owens now employ nearly 400 staff, have over 200 lorries and nearly 600 trailers. Their base is at Davin, Llanelli, where they house traffic, admin and all MOT and repair work. The trailer shop works 24 hours a day, 7 days every week. A mile away at Llangennych, they have 250,000 square feet of covered warehousing. This is where steel coils from Chorus's Trostre plant come to be distributed worldwide. Owens then has other bases further east along the M4 in Baglan, Port Talbot, Bridgend and Newport. In order to try and keep ahead of the game, Owens have recently given all drivers a key fob, their own personal computer memory card. This card will guarantee that every time they fill up at their newly installed fuel tank at Llanelli, it records the amount of fuel put in. The drivers then have to key in the exact mileage at that time. This system guarantees correct MPGs. Sarah gives one of the new drivers an induction lesson.
Where's your lorry keys? Key fob goes in. Okay, and you can see it's got your reg number. Yes. So it's asking now for your driver code. That's your PIN code, so you can pop that in. And enter. And then your odometer reading. So it must be the mileage as of now, please. Excellent. That's it. And it's ready to use.
By keeping our fueling now in-house, we're not getting so many transactions outside in what we call forecourt fills, which obviously the price and everything is more than what we can buy the quantities we do in bulk.
For all the lorries not filling up at the Llanelli tank, Sarah has to manually input their MPGs, which is again costly and time-consuming.
Gosh, MPG's crap. I'm trying to work out the MPGs at the moment, driver error on the fuel pumps, etc. So go in and amend any errors, and then by on a Tuesday, it's ready then to be complete. So I'm just doing a little spreadsheet now with all the figures there, so Eirov and Hugh can see it then.
Eirov and Hugh Owen are the two brothers who own Owens Road Services and who have built it into one of the biggest haulage and distribution companies in the UK.
One's a van. Yeah. If we just look at these, you know, and accept these and don't do anything about it,
But it's pointless.
there's no point having them.
No, it isn't.
Is it?
It isn't. It's what
No.
you do with the information from here.
Yeah.
If we can just get half a mile a gallon more out of that, that would make a tremendous difference. You know?
Yeah.
So it's making them aware, trying to tell them, you know, through Carl, through training, keep them in the green. If it's only a penny or 2p a litre more, you multiply that by 220 trucks, multiply that by 2 fills a day, it turns out to be a lot of money. If I could get in the region of half a mile a gallon more per vehicle across the fleet by the guys just easing off the gas a little bit, it will save the company in the region of £24,000 a month.
Oh, okay, thanks, babe. Thank you. Can I have a copy of them then? Liz? Be glad enough fuel system kicks in, boy. You're driving me a bore on now. Got last week's to go through as well.
The way this system's going to work, it's going to take so much work off you, we can only send you part-time.
Oof. I'll be happy with that, boy. I won't complain.
While Owens have got a fueling dilemma, Big Mick has fueling problems of his own.
Stand up. A Scottish sausage. Good, eh? Good stuff?
A light snack for breakfast before loading up at Bridgend Depot.
Is this my trailer, John, here? This Pollock's trailer for Scotland?
What's it?
Mick it is, Mick.
Oh yeah, the Pollock is on the bay, mate.
Hi, John.
Okay, load it, I got the note. Trailer's on the bay, okay?
Hi, John. Cheers, mate. Ta, mate. Ta. Get back in the love machine here now.
Back in his love machine, and Mick is off to Bathgate in Scotland.
Get one of the other drivers passes now. Give us the old thumbs up. Everything's all right on the road, like, you know.
Mick has forgotten 2 pallets. Mistakes like these cost the company money.
I go.
Yeah.
There's 2 pallets left of ours. I'm going to park by, put 2 palletize. Okay?
Hi, John. Ah, shit.
The truckers of Owens Road Services of Davin Llanelli are out on the road in numbers. In Bridgend, though, all is not going well for poor old John Evans. A fuel tank like the one at Davin is supposed to have arrived, but as yet is nowhere to be seen.
The contractors aren't here. They said they'd be here today, but once again they haven't turned up. They should have come about a fortnight ago. The system's supposed to be up and running by the 2nd week of January. I think that's quite a hard deadline to meet, but they say they can meet it, so we'll have to wait and see.
Big Mick has found his pallets and seems to be nearly ready, once again, for his merry Scotland trip.
That's a load on anyway. Just strap him back up again now. Ah, shit, that's hard. That hurts when it's cold. On our way to merry Scotland.
It'll now be 6 days of tramping for Big Mick.
Well, our base in Davin, we've always had our own tanks here. But our bases in Bridgend and also in Newport, we haven't. Because historically, over a period of time, the company has just grown. And that's what happened, it's grown so fast and so quickly. We've acquired other sites, we've acquired other warehousing. And so it's only a matter of time that our business is progressing through the country, that every time now we find a depot, we're going to put our own fuel tanks in. And we're going to go along those lines because it's more cost effective and it's the most natural thing to do.
At Bridgend, meanwhile, it will be 6 days of worry for John Evans.
Well, the contractors should be here. Unfortunately, they haven't turned up again. We've cleared the pallets here for them. But the base is good in where this trailer's parked here. The base is down here when they do eventually come. Hello, Martin.
Hugh and Eirov Owen have worked closely together for the last 30 years, and there's no chance that that'll change soon.
It's a big family business, isn't it? I mean, I got 3 healthy sons and Iro's got a daughter and a son, and they're all more or less directly involved with the business in different parts of it, and we need a big family, but I think with Iro and I now, I think we've called it a halt to that for the time being anyway.
Ian, Hugh's son, is the logistics manager in the traffic department.
This is the main hub of our whole operation really. We class it as the front line to the business, with most of our routing and planning is done within here on a 24/7 operation. I think the only day it's really closed is Christmas Day. Whether it's planning a vehicle for an outward bound journey from South Wales or anywhere within the UK going away, or even down to the lads here organising the return load. It's mainly down really to having a very good traffic system that we've got linked to every depot that are routing vehicles. but the main planning of it and the communication of it will come through this one centre here in Llanelli. And it's supposed to have a very good nationwide customer base, and also the knowledge really and the experience of the lads within the office here.
And that knowledge is priceless to Owens, keeping their lorries on the road and not an empty trailer in sight. As in all big companies, healthy interdepartmental banter is always necessary.
The clothing, you know, if you keep all the clothes in here when we order them, they come in man packs. So you just fucking sit in the corner over there, and that's where they stay then. So if we take them over to traffic, relying on traffic boys to hand them out, but they're fucking useless and they don't.
Half the time they don't even tell us the kit is there. They just shove it under the counter there and put it off over the other side again.
The thing is, over there, because there's sort of slack over there regarding what's over there, people just come in and they see a high vis, oh, you know, they'll have that and pinch it, don't they?
And they'll always phone you to say, it's so-and-so's kit here. And you go under there and of course it's not here. So what they do there, I don't know.
More bloody trees in this fucking office.
She's just got that way about her, innit? She's just the effing and the blinding. Some people don't know what to take on it, but you know, once you know that a little while, you know, that's Sarah for you.
Right, okay, I'll dig it out the logbook. I'll bring you straight back, darling. Thanks, Davina. Ta, babe. Alright, babe. Bye. See you, babe. Okay. Oh.
On his way to Scotland, Big Mick has to refuel. Because he is a tramper, he still has a fuel card and can use motorway services. But with his big frame, getting the correct mileage isn't always easy.
Story from last night.
It's imperative though for Sarah so that she can input all the details into the company computer system. And the changes with the new key fobs will be far-reaching.
Hello, Angie. With this new key fobs, it actually, the technology's come on so far, where we can now actually, I can get on the software and basically send them a message. So as soon as they go and put fuel in, they have to put this key fob in the pump. And if there's a message they're waiting, they've actually got to accept my message. So instead of using the phone, it would be so much easier, banging in a message in, you know, you're putting your mileage in wrong, twat, bring the office, things like that. So I think I'll be using that quite a lot. Because trying to track them down, when they know the short code to you, they don't answer me then. So we'll see now, we'll see how it works. I think it would.
Nothing John Evans touches seems to work.
Surprise, surprise, contractors on there again. Yeah, they're not related, you know, they're not undependable. Not too well, they're probably English, are they? Yeah, they are actually from Cheltenham, are they?
300 miles from home and Big Mick is nearing his drop-off destination.
I started when I was 17, I started when I was driving, and I was 53 weeks ago, so I've been driving 32 years, 33 years I've been driving lorries, progressing from small lorries up to big lorries. I still enjoy it, it's a good way of life, you know, nobody marvels you, the firm are as good as gold, they just ring you up and tell you where you're going. You ring them up then when you've unloaded, and if they haven't got money straight away, they say wait there and we'll give you a ring back.
His destination is the Aldi distribution centre in Bathgate, Scotland. Tonight he'll have to unload, find a trailer park or services to sleep, and then pick up another consignment in the morning. That's the life for a long-distance lorry driver. There's no doubting Mick's appetite, but nothing upsets the old guy more than bad service station food.
Well, the food's crap. I mean, sometimes, like, if you say you have a fry-up, like, you know, your eggs have been on the thing for a long while on the griddle, and they're all dried up like rubber. The beans have been in the saucepan, a heat pan, whatever it is, and they're all shriveled up. The beans, you know, you ask for chips and they're like rubber. You know, it's rubbish food, man. It's just rubbish food, but you know, some of it's just rubbish food. Honestly, it's just there's no value for money for it. You cannot give value for money. I mean, some of the service. I mean, one service was up in Scotland. I had food out there one day. Oh, I had some tokens with my diesel. You know, sometimes we get diesel tokens like for a diesel. All right, I'll pay for my diesel tokens, but I'll give them the food back. It was I couldn't even cut into the food. You know, the food was rubbish. I mean, I had onion rings. I couldn't even cut into them. You could bang them on the plate. That's how hard it was. You know, I had a gammon. I couldn't even cut into the gammon. It was horrible. And the chips were vile. And I had a big mushroom. It was all greasy. The flake was floating in grease. And I took it back and I got my money back. I just can't eat the food, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting shit. It is disgusting.
Oh well. Better luck tomorrow, Mick.
I remove the pallets.
Next day, and things are looking up at Bridgend. The builders have finally arrived, but not, as John Evans had hoped, to install the fuel tank, but rather to knock down a wall.
But that's when they come to fit the tank, isn't it? Right, this is what I've done here. Well, that's the rest of the time, isn't it? We're going to knock the wall down now to extend the workshops back, which has got to be done, but I thought the slab was being done first, but obviously not. I'll leave that to somebody else.
Mick has been given his destinations for the day. It'll be all the way back to Cardiff first, then on to Somerset, and then up to Birmingham. All in a day's work for the big tramper. Next week, we'll see the admin girls raising money for charity. We'll see if John Evans' tank arrives. Sarah sorting out a driver who allegedly takes down a 10-metre wall. And how the company began from Hugh and Arov's mother's front room back in the 1970s.